Okay, it started working. So we are
Good
recording.
flow.
That's
Good
great.
flow. Okay,
Finally. Okay.
good.
Okay, okay. John, welcome. You get it. Okay, you run with it. Introduce yourself, say who you are, what you do, where you are now. Mhm.
Okay, hey everyone. For those who don't know me, I am John Chow. I go back quite a while. I live in Vancouver. Well, I used to live in Vancouver. Right now, I'm in down in Orange County, California. I divide my time between the OC and Vancouver, and it should be pretty obvious why I'm down the OC right now because you guys are fogged in, aren't you? Uh, but right now it's nice 24 degrees and sunny outside in Orange County, and not a drop of rain anywhere. But during the summer, I
Okay,
am
don't
back in
rub it in.
Vancouver, and because during the summer, Vancouver is great, but the rest of the time, I'd like to go somewhere else. But I hear it's
Mm.
sunny here. That's great. All right, but uh, I'm known as I'm known as the blogger who makes money online by telling people how much money he makes online. Back in back in December 2005, I started a personal blog called johnchow.com, meant to update my friends and family on what's happening in my life. It was That's what it was for. Because I've been a full-time internet marketer since 1998, and I made my money on the internet pretty much full-time 99, 2000, around that time. And one of the things the blog allowed me to do was that it allowed me to update my friends and family what's happening, but it also allowed me an outlet to just talk about how I make money with affiliate marketing and all those other websites that I created. And it was those money-making websites that got my readership, got people interested. And as blogging got bigger, because this is around 2005, 2006, people were just discovering what blogging was about. And really, that's how I got into blogging, because I was hearing in the news, CNN saying, was talking about blogs and blogging, and I was going, what's a blog? So I'm a learn by doing kind of guy. So instead of reading about it, I just said, best thing to do, just start one. And that's how I really ran all my businesses. When I started my affiliate site, I just started and I just learned by doing trial and error, that kind of stuff. So I started the blog the same way. And then I found out that a blog is really no different than any other content site. The only difference being that the content is arranged in a chronological order. The latest one pushed down to the last one, pushed down, that was it. Whereas a regular site is static and a blog, it's kind of, that's the only difference I found anyway. So as blogging got bigger, the blog post started shifting from how I make money with regular content sites or regular affiliate sites to how to make money by blogging, because I was receiving questions more and more about that on a daily basis. Only thing was, my blog actually made no money during that time because it was a personal blog and it was never meant to make any money. But here I had a blog talking about how to make money by blogging, and the blog made no money. So, and finally, I was called out on that. Some reader sent an email to me and said, you talk a great talk about making money by blogging, but your blog makes no money. So, is this a case of do as I say, not as I do? So, in September of 2006, what I did was I turned the blog into an income case study. And the case study was to prove to my readers, and I get to myself, that what I talk about actually in fact works. So in September 2006, I monetized the blog, and the case study was basically at the end of every single month, I would post how much money the blog made, what I did to make the money, and you can follow along and see the progression. Now, the goal of the case study was to make full-time income with part-time blogging. And I define full-time income as $3,000 per month and part-time blogging as 2 hours per day. I figure if you can make a 3 grand a month for a couple hours a day, you're not rich, but this gives you choices because this will be on top of your full-time job or your full-time business. So if you have additional 3 grand coming in every month, you could probably drive a better car, maybe live in a better neighborhood, send your kids to private school, give more to charity, whatever. Right? So that was the go-to case study, and starting in September 2006, first month, it made about 350, I think 352, $352 and a few cents 4 months later, it hit the $3,000 per month goal. And after that, instead of stopping the case study, I decided to keep the case study going and see what would happen if I pull out all the stops and really try to monetize the blog. Like, what would happen if I would revamp the blog with a total goal of just making more money from it? Because at that time, the blog was just a free WordPress theme and using only 2 revenue channels. So the case study kept going, and the blog income just kept going up. And this was still done on 2 hours per day. I didn't want to increase it. I do an average of 1 or 2 blog posts a day. They take about a couple hours on average. So I kept the case study going, and within 2 years, the blog's income was up to about $40,000 per month. And at that point, on the advice of my accountant, he told me to stop it. And I actually didn't listen at first, but then my advertisers told me that they didn't want anyone knowing how much they were paying me, so they asked me to no longer reveal that. So that's when the case study finally stopped. And basically, at that time, the blog was making about 40 grand a month. Had a daily readership of about 50,000. Now today, the blog has daily readership of around 250,000. So if people do ask me, like I still advertise, I went 0 to 40 grand a month, and people ask me, am I still making 40 grand a month? I go, well, I you could say that, I suppose. But like I said, at the time,
That's
the
all I
blog
can
readership was
say.
50,000, and now it's a quarter million. So we'll leave it at that. Okay. So basically, these days, but the blog is one of my business ventures. I mean, everything I pretty much do is online, and whenever I look at business, whether it's internet, online, or offline, there are several rules I apply to it, and that is that will allow me to live what I call a .com lifestyle, and that is a lifestyle that allows you time freedom, money freedom, and location freedom. Right? Like I find that the average business owner, they really don't own a business. The business actually owns them. And because I came from a regular business background. I had a couple of print shops, regular bricks and mortar business. Huge capital costs, employee costs, lease costs, rent, everything. And I was there in the morning at 7:30. Would not leave until about sometimes 10 p.m. at nighttime. It's 7 days a week. So that's a case of the business owning me. Now I totally reversed the trend, and I own the business, and the business is actually fully automated. Like my blog is actually the most time-consuming thing of everything I do. All my other internet venture, like my business empire or my top tier business and my own product sales, those are fully automated in terms of the setup and everything. When somebody buys something, the delivery, the transaction, everything's done automated. And my biggest time consumption is my blog because I actually have to sit down and actually write a blog post. I do have 3 writers to help add content to a blog, but because it's called johnchow.com, people still expect me to actually write something. So, like I said, time freedom, location freedom. Like I said, and that's one of the reasons my business is online. I want to be able to operate it from anywhere in the world, not just be tied down to one location. When I had my print shop, I was actually tied down to that particular print shop in Richmond and the one in Vancouver or Burnaby. And there's really no way to escape it. If I can't really take a vacation, well, I guess I could, but then I'm always wondering, the employees, what they're doing, that kind of stuff. But with with a blog and an internet business, I pretty much all I need is a notebook or an iPad. I don't, if I really want to, I don't even need that. All I need is just access to the internet because I structured my business that I could run the whole thing from a web browser. So I just find a library and I could just log into my blog. I could log into all my email account, log into my Aweber account. I could send out emails. I could do everything from that. And there's been several blog posts you might have seen that you'll see me. I'm running my business from an Apple store, or I'm doing it while I'm in a plane, while using the Wi-Fi on board a plane. So it's pretty cool. Like I said, to the freedom that this can afford you. Like I said, I'm able to live in Orange County, down here during the non-summer months, and back in the summer months, I'm back in Vancouver. And before Sally started going to school, my daughter, she's 7 years old, and she's in school now. But before she started going to school, we would travel up to 100 days of the year, and I'm still able to run the operation from online. There was one time we were in China for a few months, and even behind that great firewall of China, I was still able to log in and update the blog and continue to make money and run the business. So it's been pretty amazing.
One thing, John, that most people actually fall like. I've seen many people listen to you, and then they think that the entire money that you're making is just by writing a blog post and putting advertisement on your website, right? And I've seen people that start doing blogging, and then when they do blogging, and then they start putting this, Google AdSense and other advertisement on their website. Nobody wants to do advertisement with them. Nobody wants, the AdSense doesn't make enough money, or like they make the money of a latte in an entire month, right? And then they think, oh, why can't I make money? So one thing I want you to explain today is about your business system that is
Okay.
being fed by blogging, and how your business system works. So that's something that people are missing most of the times.
Okay. Yeah. Well, as I
Yeah,
said,
can you
you're right.
explain that?
The average, yeah, you're right. The average blogger looking at my blog, they think that the money comes from the advertising you see on the blog. The truth of the matter is that those banner ads account for now less than a quarter of the blog's total income. The majority of the blog's income is made from the back-end system. And this is why a lot of blogs fail to actually make any significant income, because most blogs are ad driven or advertising driven. They, they, they want to be like an Engadget or a Gizmodo or one of those big, or a Huffington Post. Yes, those blogs derive the majority of income from advertising, but they also get a tremendous amount of traffic. And if you want to use an advertising model to generate your primary income, you will need a tremendous amount of traffic. So you're up against the Gizmodo and the Huffington Post of the world, and it's very, very takes a lot of resource to build up a blog that size. Now, so my blog is nowhere near that size, right? But to, what what I
Mhm.
do is I use my blog as a conduit to build a customer base. It's all based on the concept of, if you look at a typical business, a normal business are built with a customer base that buys from you over and over again. But if you look at a blog with an advertising model, what is happening is when someone visits your blog and they click on an ad, they leave your blog and they go to the advertiser.
Mhm.
And basically, that means
Mhm.
you potentially just lost a reader right there. So when you're starting out, this is why I advise new bloggers, don't be so quick to put advertising on your blog, because it's kind of counterproductive. When you're first starting out, you're trying to build a readership base. You're trying, or a customer base, so to speak. So you're trying to build this customer base, but yet if you have advertising on your blog, a Google ad or whatever, this ad is trying to take away that customer. So, and these bloggers are wondering, how
Mhm.
come I can't build any readership? I'm trying to build a readership. And go, well, you have advertising on your blog trying to take your readerships away, trying to take your readers away. So, in the beginning, I recommend you just create content and try to build a readership base. And once you have a readership base established, then you can look at monetizing it. Okay, if you look at all the, I guess the startup like Twitter or Facebook, all the big startups that are now multi-billion-dollar businesses, when they first start, they did not try to monetize their product at all. Like Twitter was just Twitter, Facebook was just Facebook. There was no advertising whatsoever. Of course, now they're fully established and they're huge. They can monetize it. So this is what I recommend too. In the beginning, you're just trying to build a customer base. So in the beginning, I was just trying to build my customer base. Like I said, my blog was not monetized for the first 8 months of its life. There was actually zero advertising on it, and I did not try to make money on it. I was just trying to just deliver value and create content and build a customer base or readership base. And once you have this base built
Mhm.
up, then you can monetize it. Now, how you monetize it? You have a lot of choices. Like the most obvious choice is advertising, and that's what most internet marketers or most bloggers do, because that's what they think. Like, advertising is the easiest because a there are lots of networks like Google AdSense that will represent your blog and sell the ad for you, so you don't have to. You can concentrate on blogging, and some third party sells the ad. Right? The problem is that Google takes half the money. That's the first thing. And the second problem is you're up against a lot of other blogs. Everyone tries to monetize with advertising. So, and Google ads are everywhere. So the rates that Google used to get, they don't get anymore. So I used to get up to $5 every time I get 1,000 views. I'll make like $5, up to $10 sometime. But now you'll be lucky if you can get $1
Mhm.
1,000. Right? So the average blog makes about 1,000 views a day. So you run in Google, you're making about $1 a day. So you're right, make a 30, and after a month you have enough for a lunch. That's about it. But what I do is I look at the customer as a long-term value. I look at lifetime value of customer. So I look at this
Mhm.
customer. I have a choice. I can take this reader, have them click on an ad, and make 25 cents off them, or I can take this
Mhm.
reader, have them subscribe to my blog by having up into my email list, and then I can use my email system to form a relationship with this reader, so we can get to know me better, establish me as the authority in my niche, and then I can recommend different products and different solutions to them over time. And this reader, because we build up a relationship, we build up trust, my return would be much, much better. For example, when someone
Mhm.
first visits my blog, like the average person visits my blogs, someone looking to start a blog uh, and looking to maybe monetize a blog and make money from it. So that's my typical reader. So what I try to do is that instead of having them click an ad and leave and making a quarter or whatever, I would say, why do you download my free ebook on how to make money by blogging, right? So they download the ebook. It's a they get it for free. They read it. The ebook will quickly establish me as I know what I'm talking about. So then my email gets to work, and basically it forms a relationship with them, establishes me as an authority, and recommends products and solutions to them. So I know that they're looking to start a blog. So the first email will say that, let me start a blog for you. When over time, when I looked at the people who want to start a blog, and what's the biggest reason they don't start a blog, it's not because they don't know how to blog. Because a blog is like Microsoft Words. If you know how to use MS Word, you know how to blog. I mean, the interface looks the same. You got the text box, and then you get the B and the U and the I, the bow and underline. So I mean, you can blog. Anyone can blog. But the average person don't start the blog because they don't know how to set it up. They don't know how to install the software. Stuff like FTP and MySQL database and PHP might as well be a space shuttle launch. So what I do is I remove the technology barrier. I say, tell you what, you want to start a blog, let me set it up for you. And all you have to do is basically the first step is you need to host this blog up on the internet. And so my blog is
Mhm.
hosted by HostGator. They've been hosting my blog for years now. I love them. They're great service. So I recommend something that I've used and I have experience with and I have good experience with. So I said, my blog is hosted by HostGator. You you sign up for a HostGator account, and I will give you a coupon code that will save you 25% off on HostGator's already low prices. So for less than $4 a month, this is with my 20% coupon code, you will get a new web hosting account, and then forward me the HostGator login that HostGator will send you. I will take this information, I will create a blog for you, and then I will forward you back your login, and then you have a blog set up, you have WordPress set up. I would You can then log in and write your first blog post, and now you have a blog set up. Right? So how does what and so instead of getting 25% on a click, I have referred a customer to HostGator, and they bought a new web hosting plan. They saved 25%, getting it for $4 a month. So customers, they got a free WordPress installation. Well, that'll save them another $100. because if you pay someone to install WordPress, they'll charge you about $100. So they save $100. They get 20% off the web hosting plan. The customer is happy. HostGator is happy. They have a new customer. Customer is happy, and I'm happy because HostGator gives me a commission for doing this. And I do, and because of the amount of volume that I'm doing, HostGator gives me $150 commission. So then HostGator wait about next 2 years to get the money back from the customer. But they worked out their numbers and they know that they can afford to pay me this much and still make money on it because they know the customers can stick around with them for that long. Right? So instead of making 25 cents on a advertising click, I now made $150. But that's just the beginning. You see, because now this customer has a blog set up. What else does he need? Well, he'll need a mailing list as well. So I use Aweber. I will then recommend. At least I'm looking at stuff that I've used that I can recommend to them that helps me run my blog, make money from my blog, and I will recommend these products to the new blogger. And the same thing, I'm offering value. I'm offering products that I've used my own experience that are good and work. I'm saving them time and money from having to guess all this stuff. And these companies that I recommend these products to pay me money to do this. And along the way, I also have my own paid product, like blogging with John Chow. I am John Chow. These are all my own information product that I recommend to them. And basically, so I have this entire sales funnel set up that builds a relationship, establishes me as an authority, and recommends products and solutions to solve their problem. Some of these products are my own product. Some of these products are third-party product, like HostGator, like Aweber. And if a customer who starts who subscribes to my blog and then goes through the entire sales funnel and buys everything that I recommend, he will spend around $26,000 total. Of course, that's not going to happen. I mean, it'll be great if it does, but some may buy absolutely nothing at all. They may just get my free ebook and be done with it. Some may sign up for a web hosting account with HostGator, in which case they make $150. Some may already have their own blog, but they may sign up for Aweber, in which case I'll get 30% of their bills. Some may buy one of my info products, but overall, on average, each customer on my list is worth about it used to be $10 a year, but now it's gone up because I now have a higher product. But yeah, each customer worth about almost $15 to me, each subscriber a year, and I
Each,
have
each, each person who
100,000
subscribes to
subscribers.
your email, right?
And that
This is each person who subscribes
each
to
person
your
subscribes to my
email list.
email.
Okay.
Yes, they're worth about $15 to me. $15. So that's
Okay.
and this sales funnel was developed over time, and basically it's a tweaking thing. It starts out one way, and it's organic. It keeps growing, and I keep tweaking, adding to it, and try to get better returns on it. But that is how that is basically my business model. Instead of the typical blog, who just makes money by advertising, where someone clicks an ad and you make a quarter, I try to capture them, try to get them to subscribe to my blog, and then I use my email autoresponder to build up a relationship with them, establish me as an authority, and then recommend products and services to them. And that that's the model works. It works fantastic. That's what's been working for me, and I'm able to do it from anywhere in the world. And the great thing is this is fully automated. When someone subscribes to my list, those emails that they get comes to them automatically on set days. So and they think, well, some of them will probably think it's a personal email from me because it actually says hi, and I automatically search your name on there, and it says how's the weather in, and actually if you live in Vancouver, it actually will say Vancouver because it will automatically tag your IP to know where you live, and it will automatically insert the name of the city you live in. So yeah, you can do a lot of stuff to make it personalized. So all my automatic email are very very personalized. They make it. It actually does look like I'm sending them an email, but it's fully automated. I could be, I could be on a bike ride and to begin the emails.
Okay. Now, one thing just to make sure, can you hear my voice better? Uh, Dr. D said that my voice is very loud and echoey. Is it better now? Yes? Okay. Okay, okay. So, one thing that I wanted to point out at what John was sharing is that there are several numbers that in a business are very, very important, right? And the entire thing, the entire system that John has put together, and the entire reason that a HostGator and other companies can pay John the affiliate fee is because they know a number which is called average customer lifetime value. So knowing the average customer lifetime value is one of the most important things that you need to know in your business. For example, for John, every person who subscribes to his mailing list is $15 per person, right? John knows that because this is his average customer lifetime value. Now, by knowing that number, if he can bring people, if he can pay $7 or $6 to get people to his mailing list, so for each person who gets added to his mailing list, he's paying $6 or $5, and he's making $15 per person, then he knows that he's in profit. But the biggest challenge that most business owners have is that they don't know their average customer lifetime value. They don't know what is the cost, what is the money that they make from each customer. And because they don't know that, they can't really grow their business. Because if you don't know your average customer lifetime value, you don't know how much you can spend to get one new client. And if you don't know how much you can spend to get a new client, then all your advertisements start being inefficient. Okay, so if you are in business, that's one of the things that you need to know about your business, your average customer lifetime value. And the other number that you need to know is a number that is called client acquisition cost. How much does it cost you, right? How much does it cost you to get one client? With knowing those two, you know that if you are creating a system that is in profit or is in loss, and that's the that those are two numbers. And at Marketing Mastery Summit, which at the end of this event I'm going to invite you to go there. I'm giving you a free ticket to come to Marketing Mastery Summit. We will talk about that. John, while you were speaking, there were two questions that from the audience came, and one of them was, what about the baby steps? What's the first day? Like you are starting today. How do you stand out from the crowd? How do you create a blog that starts having readership?
Well, basically, to stand out from the crowd, you should do the same branding stuff that you do offline. That's first thing is to get your blog its own unique look. Don't use the default WordPress theme. Ideally, you want your blog to have a total custom theme that's unique to you. If you don't want to spend the money that to create a custom theme, you might try. You should get a premium theme that allows customization and colors and stuff like that. So my blog is powered by Thesis, and it has its own custom theme designed by Unique Blog Design. You can do it for
Mhm.
less less than a couple $100. What you can do is, at the very least, get a logo created. Use something like Logo My Way, 99 Design. So a logo with, say, a premium theme that you can
Mhm.
adjust the colors. You can adjust your own color and stuff, and that'll create your blog. That'll give your blog its own unique look. Right? That's the first thing. So this way, your blog doesn't look like the 100 million other blogs out there. The next thing you gotta do is basically you have to brand yourself or brand your blog or whatever it's saying about, like, what is the main thing that your blog is about. And in my case, it's called johnchow.com, so therefore the blog is about me. So when it comes to branding, yeah, keep in mind that it's mostly all about assumptions and perceptions. Okay? There is, how things really are, and then how people perceive that things really are. And the two are not always the same. And you can take advantage of this by well, that's what you do. You take advantage of that. And I guess the best example I can give for someone who's able to do that is Tim Ferriss, the author of the 4 Hour Work Week. I don't know if anyone actually read the book, but if you ever read Tim's bio inside the book, it sounds fantastic. But if you read closer, you will find that some of the stuff it's not a lie, but it's also not exactly entirely the truth either. For example, uh, the book says that he is a Chinese kickboxing champion, which sounds great, because Chinese kickboxing champion sounds great. But then when you dig into it, you find out that there's no such thing as a Chinese kickboxer. They're from Thailand. So that's like saying yeah, that's like saying I'm a Chinese judo champ. You know, stuff like that. And also
Mhm,
he said he holds a world record for tango, a world record tango holder, which I mean for
mhm,
tango spinning, right? And when I first read that, I'm thinking Michael Flatley, 28 taps a second, which is, Mike, he's the world's fastest tap dancer, Michael Flatley. So I actually found, if you go on YouTube,
mhm.
you actually see Tim's world record tango spinning attempt with his partner, and he broke the world record. He holds the world record for that. And I tell anyone can break that record because the previous world record was 30 spins in 1 minute, and he did like 50. Right, so I'm pretty sure I can spin faster than one spin a second. But he basically what he did was he took a world record that nobody really cares about, and found an easy one to break, and he just broke it. Now now he can add world record tango spin holder to his resume. Yeah. So myself, I could say I give him lectures at university, which I have. I've actually spoken at university. I was not all we did is all it basically means we just held a meetup at a university. Right? But I took a meetup. But there are ways you can
Mhm.
word yourself. It's like a resume. You put your best foot forward. But there are ways you can position yourself to become an expert. Right? And I guess in Marketing Mastery Summit, you teach a lot
Now, John,
how to
besides,
become a go-to expert.
no,
Right?
I don't
So
teach. I teach people how to become a go-to expert, but not how to not how to create weird records. But what about the
not to,
quality of the content? Let's focus on the
yeah.
quality of the content and other things like maybe at the beginning of your blog you did some advertisement or something like that, right?
What was that?
What about that? Like how to? I'm saying that at the beginning of the blogging,
Yeah.
right? Probably did you do any advertisement or did you go to any events or did you do anything that gave you
Yeah.
a press from newspapers and magazines
Yeah.
that gave you a
When the blog
boost
first started,
in getting
yeah.
readership?
Okay. Yeah, when the blog first started, because it was a personal blog and not my other blog that actually made any money, I didn't do any advertising on it because it wasn't meant to make no money, so therefore there was no need to advertise. But so I promoted using free advertising method. And one of the things I did was just I was really good at working the social media channels, stuff like no, Facebook wasn't around yet, but sites like Dig and Slashdot, some of the more bigger sites. And what we did was I would I would write articles that was geared to these social media sites, and I would look at, well, what do people on Dig like? Because at that time Dig was the big site. When you get on the front page of Dig, they're seeing so much traffic that your server can crash. Yeah. So I analyzed
Mm-hmm.
the average Dig user, and I look at, well, what does a Dig user like? And I found out that, well, they love Apple, they hate Microsoft, they love lists, they have the attention span of a Gantt on of a the attention they have the attention span of a Gantt on crack, so they don't like to basically, and they have a herd mentality. So so I started writing
Mm-hmm.
articles that was geared toward them. I would say, hey, Microsoft sucks because they did this, and I was Apple is great, and I would take a list of top 10 reasons why Apple's great, top 10 reasons why Microsoft sucks, and then I would put it on a Dig front page. I would put it on Dig, and people would dig it because the average Dig user just like this, and it would get on the front page, and it would send me a lot of traffic. And once the traffic came, I would try to, capture the email. I go, hey, subscribe to my blog, download this ebook, and in the beginning, that's how I built my traffic base. And there was 1 month in a 1 month period of time, I believe during kind of I think it was like July or August. During that 1 month, I was on the front page a day 20 times. And this sent me a tremendous.
Wow.
Every time I go to the front page a day, you could expect 10 to 15,000 people to visit your blog within 2 or 3 days. So what I did was all
Mhm.
these people came rushing in, and so I would have my email box to try to get them to subscribe, and I would capture, every time I get an article to the front page, I would capture a few hundred of them. They will be subscribed, and then my email sales funnel will start working to build the relationship, establish me as a brand, and recommend products to them. And so that's in the beginning. That's how I actually built it.
Okay. And you
But
do
now
all of
today,
that in one email.
yes, yes. Like it's not one email, but it's actually almost 26 emails sent out to them. That's across a 1 month time
Yeah,
span.
but in each email, yeah,
Oh yeah,
but in
each
each email, you
email,
remind them who you are. You
yes,
position yourself as the go-to expert. You offer them a value and product, and then you go to
yes,
the next
that
one.
is correct.
Because I've seen
Yeah,
many people who make a big mistake about what you say here. They think that at the beginning you just don't sell
yeah,
anything,
that's
and
right.
then you
Yeah,
slowly start offering. But that's
yeah,
not the case. You just
yeah. No, that's a
start offering
mistake.
from the first email.
The relationship, the establishing the brand and the recommending a product.
Mhm.
You do all three in every single email. It's not like the first email just to build the relationship, second email to build the brand, and third email, etc. No, no, you do it all in the same email. And the reason for that is that if you look at the open rate of your autoresponder over time, you will see that the open rate starts decreasing as further emails down the line. Like your first email will get a high open rate, but then the second email drops almost by half. And then the third email drops some more and it keeps dropping. And by the time you get the last email,
Mhm.
you'll probably at 10 to 15% open rate, or maybe 20%. So if all if
Okay.
you if all you did if you did those three items in each email, like per email, instead of doing all three at once, what happens? Like your
Mhm.
first email is that I'm just gonna build a relationship with the first email, but then don't do the second and third. You're gonna get a high open rate. But by the time you finally start recommending something to them, the open rate has gone down to where
Mhm.
you probably lost half the readers already. They're not going to open the email. So you lost potential sales and you lost potential income there. So what I do is, I make the offer on the first email. So my first email goes to them. It basically says, uh, I, I hope you enjoy the ebook, right? It's about starting a blog. They go, I like to give you I like to start a blog for you. Make it right there. And you make the offer,
Okay.
and
Now,
basically the ebook that they download is always subject my brand.
okay. Now, one thing that I always do, and I'm sharing this with the audience because one of the things that I always do is that I'm a big fan of reverse engineering other people's businesses. I like to see inside their business what they do, and then what they do, I try to reverse engineer it. So one thing that I suggest you to do is go to John's website. Okay, I'm writing down John's blog address. Go to John's blog and sign up to his sign up. Sorry, I forgot the .com of that. Sign up to John's mailing list, and on the mailing list you can see that you will start receiving these emails that John is speaking about. And personally, what I did is that I saved all the emails that John sends inside one folder, so I could go through it, right? And see what is the system that John is using and reverse engineer that system in several other things that I've done before. And I taught them to several people about how to use this system and put them together. And that's a great example. That's, I think, between the things that I have seen, it's one of the best examples available out there in creating a great system on a mailing list, and John
Yeah,
has done it to perfection. So,
yeah. I
John, sorry
subscribe
for
myself.
giving your secret away, but yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah, yeah. I subscribe myself
Mm-hmm.
to a bunch of email lists of other internet marketers too. Not Not because I would buy any, I may be buying anything from them, but the reason I subscribe to them is so basically I can check out their sales funnel and how they're promoting their stuff and see if I can adapt any of what they're doing into my sales funnel. And it's also a good way to keep tabs on what the
Mhm.
competition is doing as well. But yeah, so what I do is I subscribe to like Frank Kern's, Aiken Pagan, all the big guys, and I just keep them in a folder, Internet Marketer, and actually, like I believe there's actually someone who has like 10 years of email from Frank Kern's. He actually sells them because like Frank Kern's email is
Mhm.
like a college course. So,
Mhm. Okay, so that's important, and one of the audiences saying, what do I mean of reverse engineering? What I mean is that look closely to find the system that he is putting together, or any other person who you want to understand their business. Look closer than as a Look closer than as an audience only. Look as a business owner and understand. John already said that what he does, right? So when you look at the system, you can understand that you can see the behind the scenes. So read read between the lines. That's what I mean. And that makes a huge difference. And everybody, like all successful business owners do this, and that's great. If you talk to any successful business owner out there, they go to different people's events, they read other people's articles, they attend each other's, they buy each other's products and services. It's not that necessarily they want to buy the product because they need the knowledge, but they are buying the product to see the system, right? And most successful entrepreneurs keep doing this on a regular basis. Personally, I think I spend about like $500 to $600 per month on buying other people's products on average. I'm $600. 1 month is like $2,500. 2 months there is nothing, and then another month is like $2,000 for buying another person's product to see the system that they are using and uh, learn how they are marketing their product and services. So that's really John. Let's ask you about some questions regarding to the things that you wouldn't do from the day that you started. If you
I mean,
wanted to start from scratch, what wouldn't you do?
hmm,
What was the failures that you had? What was the things that you said,
uh,
damn it, it went
a
wrong.
couple of mistakes, yeah.
I shouldn't have done it.
Yeah. I can think of two mistakes. For the biggest one being that I didn't start the email list until almost a year down the road. This is because I said the main reason being that the blog was a personal blog, and therefore I didn't apply my regular internet marketing methods to it. That was that's pretty expensive. Had I started the list from the get-go, the list would be twice the size it is today, and conversely, my income
Hmm.
would be twice as big. Right, so there's a very, very expensive mistake right there. And if you're going to start a blog or any type of business, my recommendation is to start your list from day one and get it up and running. Get that autoresponder in place. Get that sales funnel in place. And the nice thing about doing it that way is that, see, a lot of
Hmm.
people say they want to make money from the get-go, but they realize they know they can't put advertising on it because they want to build a
Hmm.
readership and put it in the ad, takes the readers away. But if you were to start a mailing list and get a sales funnel set up, and this sales funnel can be monetized from the get-go, and you're still building a customer base because there's no ads to take the people away. People are subscribing to your list, and then you monetize the list, right? So you can make money from the beginning and not wait until you build up a big readership base. So do start a list from the very, very beginning, all right? And so that
Hmm.
was probably, yeah, that's a huge, huge mistake on my part. My second mistake was basically not letting go of the blog sooner. I mean, by that I mean not getting help or hiring writers and stuff. Uh, for the first 2, 3, 4 years, all the blog posts was done by me, nobody else. Right? And then one reason it was okay because I did enjoy writing it and everything like that, but it kind of did violate my rule about having time freedom. So, so
Mm-hmm.
my recommendation would be to, you know, look towards automation down the much as quick as you can. Like right now, I do have free writers, and if I want to, I can walk away from it and have those writers take over. Right? So, but those are the main two. You know, like don't do it all yourself. Don't do it all yourself. Find someone who
Okay.
has what you're missing, and either joint venture with them, hire them, or find some way to use them to get what you need. Like, I'm not a programmer, I'm not a coder, I'm not a designer. If I had to wait till I learn how to
Mm-hmm.
design or how to code, uh, I wouldn't be online today. The blog wouldn't be around. So,
Okay.
and like
Okay.
my book,
So
this
two
book,
great
this book,
advice.
this book
Mm-hmm.
here. This is my newest book. Is blogging
Mm-hmm.
secrets. My first book was Make Money Online, and the first book was written with Michael Kwan.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, I, I didn't write that book. Michael Kwan actually wrote the book, and it's John Chow with Michael Kwan. And this one says John Chow with Pen Jun because it's 300 pages long.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't write the book. What I did was
Neither of you wrote that
basically,
book. Neither of you.
yeah, Actually, Penn didn't write it. I think Penn subbed to one of his guys who read it. But in the first book, Michael Kwan wrote the book,
Yeah.
and Michael Kwan's a freelance writer,
Mm-hmm.
so he wrote the book. And originally, I was just going to pay him to ghostwrite it, but I gave him a choice. I said, I'll pay your ghostwriting fee, or if you want, you're a freelance writer, I'll give you a byline, so it'll be code written by you and me. So he becomes a freelance writer
Mm-hmm.
who's now a published author, and I become a published author, which celebrates my brand as
Mm.
well. And so, but for Michael, he he has now something on up. He has one up the typical freelance writer because he actually has published work out there. So his price for writing has gone up, and his brand has gone up. And so what we do is, so instead of paying him his regular ghostwriting fee, I give him a byline, and we split the royalties 50-50. So the royalties I get on the book, he gets half, and I guess in the end that worked out better for him because he actually makes more than his ghostwriting fee. So don't let the fact that, oh, I
Mm-hmm.
can't write a 50,000 word book. I mean, how long time is it gonna take? Don't let the fact that I can't write or my spelling is terrible stop you. Don't let the fact that you cannot code or you can't design stop you. Find someone who can do it and either
Yeah.
hire them, or if you lack the money, figure something creative way to joint venture with them so it'll be mutually beneficial for both of you. So yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
my two big
Mm-hmm.
advice like that.
Now, yeah. That yeah. One other thing is that what you said is like don't allow your spelling mistakes or your language barrier stops you, right? That was true. The day that I started Vancouver Business Network 3.5 years ago, I couldn't speak English properly, right? Like I came to Canada 4.5 years ago and I couldn't speak English almost at all. And then in the year, like still after the year, I couldn't speak English properly, but that didn't stop me from starting Vancouver Business Network, and it's only 3.5 years later, and it's the largest business meetup group in Canada, 10th largest business meetup group in the world, right? So not necessarily because there is a language barrier or because you think that you can't do it. That doesn't mean you can't do it. You just need to get other people's help to get things started. Like you want to write a book, get another person to help you with writing the book, and just don't wait because time is the most important thing in your business. If you miss the time, if you lose the time, you can't ever um, replace it with anything, right? John is still after like 7 years, 6 years of blogging, he still can't replace that time that he started his mailing list 1 year late, right? He knows that his income would be double if he had started his mailing list today, right? And that's what I want you to do. I want you, if you have any plan, if you have any ideas, and you want to implement them, get on them today and start using them and start getting other people's help to get your business going. Is that good advice, John?
Great advice.
Okay, awesome. So, there are several things. So thanks, John. I already posted your weblog address, your blog address for the audience. We are almost at the end of our webinar, and I'm going to give people some bonuses. Is there anything particular thing that you want to say at the end of your webinar, your talk here?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me. And basically, if any listeners out there in the Southern California area, I am speaking tomorrow at the Home Business Summit. It's in San Diego, and it starts. Actually, no, speaking this Friday. It starts this Friday. I'm speaking on Saturday. It's a Home Business Summit .biz if you want to get tickets, and it's $97. And but I do have some free tickets, and I can comp people if anyone wants to come to the Home Business Summit. What you do is basically you just go buy the ticket at the homebusinesssummit.biz, forward me the receipt, and then meet me at the event, and I will give you $100 in cash. So you actually will make $3 on this deal.
Okay. Okay, so if you're in California and you want to go to Home Business Summit, then buy your ticket and go reimburse it from John. That's the first thing. Now, the other thing is that when you were signing up for Extreme Business Builders, in my system, the system asks you to share this message on Facebook, Twitter, or share it on email with some people. And then after you did that, you didn't receive the download link. There was an error in the download link. And that error is still there. We are working on it, and we will fix it soon. And we will send you the gift. Now, because now I have all of you here, let me ask you a question. Is there any particular thing that you want to learn that I can send it to you? Is there any particular